Prime Minister, you opened your visit at Weibo the other day and had some of us thinking that there are a lot of websites in China that the government doesn't allow access to. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, a bunch of others. What do you think about that?
As Canadians know, our responsibility as a government is to engage constructively and productively with countries around the world who have different ways of doing things. At the same time, I'm always clear about standing up for Canadian values, Canadian interests, and things we stand for, but I do it in a respectful way. Obviously, in Canada, we have a different history, a different approach on a broad range of things, and we will continue to stand for the way we do things and work with people who do things differently.
David Aiken, Global News. Good afternoon, Prime Minister. Thank you for taking the time today. As you know, there's at least 4 Canadians that we're aware of that are detained or imprisoned by China's authorities here. One of them, as you know, is John Chang. We spoke to John's daughter earlier this week, and she said this: "I want to stay hopeful, I want to stay positive, and I trust that the Prime Minister will stand up for its citizens." So I wonder, at the end of the week, I know you've had some discussions about these matters with your counterparts. What can you say to Amy and the families of other Canadians in jail here?
Perhaps it's because I spent a lot of time backpacking around the world when I was younger, that I do feel, and I've always felt, that the Canadian government has an important role in standing up for its citizens overseas and making sure that we're there to support them when they run into difficulties. That's why, since I got elected, I've ensured that consular cases of Canadians in difficulty overseas are followed much more closely by the Prime Minister's office than had been done in the past. And I am much more active in my exchanges with global leaders to address and seek to resolve consular cases. We've had some positive results in the past, and we certainly look forward to continuing to generating positive outcomes for Canadians. Canadians expect that I stand up for them, and I can assure you that I raised consular cases with the leadership that I met, and I specifically brought up that particular case because I know it's one that Canadians are following very closely. We will continue to ensure that our interlocutors around the world understand how important it is for us that Canadians get the right kind of support from their government and that they get treated fairly and responsibly by the countries in which they find themselves in difficulty.